All right, everybody, here we go. Episode 3? Vlog? Red Vlog? Episode 3? I think that's what, can't even count. All right, so this is my follow-up video to the Bolton upgrade I did the other day, last weekend. This is, what is this, Tuesday? And so yeah, I've had this thing 2 days. Doing a little night ride because I actually shot this earlier today, but the sun glare, you couldn't see the display. I wanted you guys to be able to see the display on here, so sorry if the rest of the footage is not so great, but anyway, just trying to focus on, you know, this little guy. So yeah, this thing has been fantastic. Again, I've had only 2 days with it. See if you can see, it says 36 miles, 37 miles. So I believe this one shows your 37 miles is your like distance odometer. Some way you can change that. There's time. I don't remember which one's which. Time for this ride, so I think I've ridden an hour and 12 minutes today, I guess. And then of course you have your pedal assist, wattage below there. This temperature here apparently shows it just says like environment temperature. So I don't know if that's the temperature outside. It's probably a little colder than that outside. That hasn't fluctuated a whole lot. Then you've got your volts, battery, and obviously your speedometer. And your speedo there, you'll notice there's a bit of a glitch. When you coast, you're doing 49.6 miles per hour. And so I don't know what that's about. I don't know how to reset that. It kicks in, you know, when you're, you know, pedaling or engage the motor. But as far as you're coasting, and I don't know what that's about. If anybody has a fix for that, let me know. I tried to look it up online. I couldn't find anything. So yeah, so I got this over here is my speedometer app, and you'll see they're right online. And my ride yesterday, I tested a couple different apps, the Waze app, and I have another Speed Pro or something, and a couple different speedometer apps, and they all were the same. So, and I mean, it's as accurate as the stock setup was, if you're curious. So yeah, this thing has been fantastic. Just tons of power, tons of torque. You know, higher top speed. From what I had read and seen in other videos, it didn't. You know, people made it sound like the top speed wasn't affected, but in my situation it is. I can definitely clarify. So I was getting top speed, like this is, you know, down a incline or something, it would top out at about 23 miles an hour. And I think you know, maybe I got up to 25. I got a big steep hill in one section sometimes, and I may have hit 25 there, but you know, that wasn't on motor power and battery power or whatnot. That was, you know, just coasting down a big steep hill. So with this thing, I've hit 29 miles an hour, you know, just on flat ground. I mean, on my first ride, I hit 28, just like nothing. Absolutely crazy. Battery life doesn't seem to be affected. It seems to be getting the same, you know, obviously I haven't only done not even 40 miles yet, but as far as my commute, which is, you know, pretty much the same every day, about 11 miles. And with the stock setup, I was getting home with about 50%. I mean, I don't know the percentage exactly, but, you know, about half the bars left. And with this, it was the same. It was actually, you can see right now, it's like 1 bar down. That was the same as it was last night when I got home. So yeah, it seems to be the same charge. But you can see, like, right now I'm in, so that's 20. It's actually, it seems to be kind of lower. Might, boy, this morning my commute at full power, this thing was pushing like 1,500 watts. Seems to be let up a little bit now. Like right now I'm pushing about 830, 26 miles an hour. I got a pretty good headwind right now. Might have a little bit of an effect. Plus it's colder, a lot colder. It's 55 now. That's probably more accurate as far as the temperature. It's a little chilly right now. But yeah, and I did also, if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know I talked about a little issue I was having with the battery cutting out. And I was hoping that when I went to this upgrade, because I was thinking it had something to do with the controller, so I was hoping that with the upgraded, the controller swap would kind of narrow that down to see if that was the cause. But it was doing it again last night. So it's obviously not the controller. It must be something else. I don't know. At this point, I'm thinking, I've replaced the motor, I've replaced the controller, so it has to be something with the battery. I guess it maybe could be the brake sensors. I have not. Somebody said to disconnect the brake sensors and see if that made a difference. It hasn't done it tonight. So the other thing I saw was that the connectors where the battery slides into the shoe, and the little connectors there that connect the battery to the shoe, somebody had said that those can kind of wear down, get a little bit of corrosion out after time. And I do take my battery in every night. I park the bike in the garage, but I take the battery in the house and plug it in there to charge. And I've done that pretty much every night since I've had this bike. So, that's a lot of removing from the frame mount shoe there. So I'm thinking maybe, there could be an issue with the connection there. So I did kind of bend the prongs a little bit to see if they could get a better contact. And so far so good. We'll see. I also have ordered some dielectric grease, and I'm gonna stick, put that on there. I'm gonna do that to all the connectors. I had some somewhere in the house, but anyway, I ordered some more, got that coming. But yeah, this thing has just been fantastic. I mean, look at this, I'm going up a little incline here. That was all throttle power. And it's just, I'm basically doing the speed limit, 25 miles an hour here. I do miss my chain ring, the stock chain ring. I had to replace because I couldn't get it off the stock motor. And I am trying to find a freewheel tool that I can remove that with, but I have not yet been successful. Once I do, though, I do want to swap that back out because the gearing's a little different on this one, and I don't have that sort of high top speed that I had with the stock one. It's a lower gearing, so I kind of missed that. I liked having the higher gears because then I could, sort of match the pedal assist more. With this one, like basically you hit about 19 miles an hour and you're not assisting anymore. You're just kind of free pedaling at that point. Whereas with the other one, I could pedal all the way. I could get pedal pressure all the way up to top speed on the, I probably still couldn't with this, but at least I could get, pedal pressure through a higher range than I can now. It added about, 3 or 4 miles an hour. So I do miss that. But that's a minor gripe. There's so much power here. It's just awesome. I love this. So yeah, you can see now I'm dropped to about half. But yeah, just absolutely love this. Very, very good upgrade. Oh, another cool thing. I'll show you here in a second when we get back going. So you can see it's got a little icon that pops up for the brake light. It's kind of cool. Turning the lights on is a little different. Instead of pressing the middle button and the top button on the little controller, you just press the top button, hold it down, and then also if you press down, see I'm about 19 miles an hour, you just hold it down, you see the little cruise control icon, and bam, I'm in cruise control. It locks into whatever speed you were going. It works really good. I was trying it earlier on the way in. And it's just a really, really cool little feature. And see there, you hit the brakes, and bam, it just disengages. There is no like resume or anything, and you can't adjust the speed up and down. So like right there, let me try it at like 15 miles an hour. Let's see. Try it right there. Okay, boom. So about 16. I'm on a bit of an incline here, but it's still picking up. But yeah, I'm not pedaling, I'm no throttle, that's just cruise control. And I think I pressed, boom, hit the brakes. So yeah, that's a nice little feature, I like that. That would be you can take note on that one, Rad Power Bikes, that would be a nice, seem like a simple thing to add. Okay, now here's a pretty good incline. I'm just gonna go throttle battery power and see what this does, because this is, you probably can't see that from the footage here, but this is pretty steep. Even pedaling with the old setup, I could barely do oh, there I got the cutout. I got a cutout. Uh-oh, that's what I was talking about. But bam, there it picks back up. Okay, so that was under a pretty heavy load, trying to go up a steep hill. So that's what I was talking. Oh, there it goes again. And I was pedaling on that one. So that's what I was talking about with that cutoff. And it was doing it real bad last night. Seeing the wattage has spiked up again too. My wattage was lower earlier. There it goes again. It just keeps cutting out again. I'm not having to reset it, so it could be something maybe with the BMS, like it's overloading and just shutting down. Because I noticed that when I was first going, the wattage here was only hitting about 900 or so, and then all of a sudden, bam, now it's like over 1,000. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. It got me most of the way home. It was that one hill. It's like you hit a heavy, put a heavy load on it, and that seems to trigger. So I don't know. Like I said, one thing I read that was those connections start to get loose, and it just doesn't, it gets overloaded and kind of sparks out or something. So anyway, we'll see. I'll do a little more tweaking on those connection prong thing, and also clean it up with that dielectric grease. But anyway, impressions so far, and again, I don't think this has anything to do with the controller, this upgrade. This was happening before this upgrade, so this is definitely I'm thinking, I think I've sort of isolated it to an issue with the battery, because everything else has been replaced and it's still doing the same thing. Because I was doing this pretty consistently on the old one too, and it seems to be under the same circumstances. If you get the battery about halfway and you're hitting a heavy load. So anyway, I'll continue to troubleshoot that and see what we come up with. And but yeah, this is, just a very worthy upgrade. I know it's expensive. I think even if you just did the controller, I think that's only like 200 bucks, is worthy. You just add the motor combination, just makes this thing mean, it's like having, you know, ludicrous mode now. It's fantastic. So anyway, I'll cut it there. You guys have a good evening, and stay rad.